Hello, fellow UBotters. This is Tony from webboty, and today I actually want to show you something really cool. Well, the reason why I actually came across that, okay, this is definitely something I have to show to you guys, is because a lot of people, or more and more people, come to me and ask me, how do you automate your UBot processes? Or let's say, how do you trigger your UBot from a web interface? And well, we actually have created a really nice solution that can exactly do this. And we have really heavy background systems that do automatic bidding and all kinds of stuff with different traffic sources like AdWords and stuff like that. And this engine that I want to show you is actually something that is a big part of it. And yeah, since so many people came across and asked me, I thought, okay, well, I just create a video and show you and ask if that is something that you could actually use. So let's actually get started right away. So for instance, here we have, and that's just a quick and dirty interface that I created to demonstrate the processes, how we can communicate with the UBot or using a web interface. And basically the beauty of this, okay, right now I enter all this data manually in here, but actually what you could do is you could just have all this data come from somewhere else automatically and actually just forward that information to the server, to your UBot server or the PC where UBot is running. And then UBot is sending back the information to that server, to this application or whatever, and you can actually automate all your processes using UBot in the background, doing all those fancy things that you're already doing with UBot. So yeah, now let's just start and let me demonstrate how this works. So for instance, here we just enter the UBot server. Right now the UBot server is on Windows application. Yep, it's running on this Windows. So right now you see, okay, we have the UBot Studio software running, but actually that does not really need to be. So anyway, so we have the Windows platform where this is running. Let's say we set a timeout for 30 seconds and we just shut down the request form on this end and let the UBot run in the background. The second thing that we have is we just enter some kind of ID. So let's say now we just enter 48. This ID can be whatever. It can even contain letters and stuff like that. It just must be unique because that's the ID that the UBot is using in the background. Then what we do, we enter the name of the compiled UBot without using the exe. And yeah, all this other stuff like this bot engine, yeah, that's just the wrapper that's handling all our requests, so don't worry about this one. In here we add some input data, and that can be of course whatever you define your UBot to use. So right now I just modified the Google scraper that comes with the UBot Studio software, and I just modified a little, just like copy and paste. It's like after a minute I was done modifying it, and just to make sure it works with our UBot manager. With this crappy interface actually. So this is just an example interface as I mentioned. Okay, so here we have a path where the UBot is being located at, and of course you have it located in bots and Google and whatever. You can define something yourself. So if you want even another subfolder like Google scraper, you could do something like that and actually tells the script, okay, the bot is located over there. So now we need like an input txt file that the UBot uses to actually get some data. So let's actually demonstrate how this works. So let's say we want to start the UBot. No, we don't want to start the UBot from this end. So, but we want to see what's happening when I click the start button. So let me actually do it like this here. So let's actually do it like this. Okay, now we have the UBot. So this is the PC, as you can see, there's a Windows. This is the PC where UBot is running, and that is my Mac platform where I'm requesting the UBot to start. Okay, we want to run the Google thing, so let's actually start right away. So we start the bot, I mean, and by clicking on this button, as you can see, the action trigger started. And on the other hand, we already see that UBot is actually already started. So it's inserting the job ID that we have here. As you can see, the job ID here is 48, 48. And the input data, Miami Beach, that I entered is here. Okay, now the UBot started searching for something, Miami Beach. And the moment it's done, it should definitely show what's going on. Anyway, while it's running, we can actually, because the web interface doesn't see what's going on here, we can check the status. So, okay, as you can see, the UBot manager got the result of this, what's happening or what started. So let's actually check the status. And as we see, the UBot ran an error. So that is important to know, because sometimes, like right now, the UBot didn't really scrape the stuff because it was stuck at the Google research stuff because of the drop-downs, the instant results. Anyway, sometimes your bots get stuck for whatever reason, then just crash, stop working, whatever. And you need to know if something like that happens. And of course, if you automate your UBots, you're not sitting in front of it, so you actually don't see that. So what our script is capable of doing is it recognizes if a UBot generated results or not. In this case, the UBot did not generate results, so we see an error. And we even see the reason why there is an error. So let's actually check. Yeah, Google input or output file, blah, blah, has been empty or is empty. So that's why there's an error. Later on, we can use this data and say, okay, we want to restart that bot. So let's actually see what happens. When I click Start Bot again, it will not be able to start the bot again just by clicking on the Start button. This is important because in this way we can actually see, okay, we don't want to accidentally push the Start button 2 times and then have like a bot that is running several times. And the output may be interfering with each other. So we actually have a log on this process and say, okay, we cannot accidentally start a UBot for one kind of process 2 times. The software does not allow that. However, in this case, we just generated an error, so we want to rerun it manually, or let's say the script should be able to rerun it automatically as well. And in this way, we just click the Restart Bot button and the bot restarts. Okay, let's check the status right now. So as you can see, okay, the bot is running. So we see the status running. And on the other hand, on the other side, on the Windows platform, we see, okay, the bot started running again. And this time it generated results. And boom, it's done. Now let's actually check what we get at the status right now. Okay, completed. As you can see, right now we have the status completed. So this is actually a perfect example why you need some kind of system, some kind of management thing that is actually being able to check if the UBot generated the results that you wanted to have. And if not, you need if it did not create the results that you wanted to have, you need a system that is able to restart the same process with the same input data as long as it needs to generate the results that you need. And if you see, okay, there's only error status messages all the time, then you know, okay, I have to modify this bot because maybe the website changed or so. Okay, anyway, and this time we have status completed. So now let's actually fetch the results that the UBot generated. So what we do is we click on Fetch Results, and as you see, we just have all the first 10 URLs that the UBot scraped for us, which is pretty cool. Now let's see, when I click Get Status again, then you see, okay, the status changed from completed to result fetched. That's pretty cool, because just imagine what that means. I mean, right now we're doing all this stuff manually with this little form that I have put together here. But if you are not using this form, but some automatic process on your web server, on your website, whatever, that is actually working with this application and this thing that we have in order to communicate to UBot, then you can also check, okay, have I fetched the results yet or not? And if not, then just fetch it and store it somewhere on your server, whatever you want to do. But yeah, I mean, that's just a pretty cool thing to do. So, okay, now let's actually do another job. Let's say we want now let's use some letters here to demonstrate how that may work. So now we are using that as a unique identifier with some letters, whatever. And we actually don't want to search for Miami Beach, but we want to search for the Alpine Mountains in Europe. And we actually want to see what kind of results Google brings. So again, it's the same path because it's the same bot. And yeah, we just leave the input file too. So now let's actually start the bot. As you can see, we triggered the bot again. And UBot started running. So in the meantime, let's get the results. Okay, you see UBot is running. And there it goes. We have the different job ID. And now we are searching for the Alpine Mountains. And boom, there are the results. Bot started. If I check get status, bot completed. If I fetch the results, then here's the Alpine Mountains data that we just fetched. And yeah, just to demonstrate, click on the get status again, and boom, there we have result fetched. So yeah, basically that is the bot that I wanted to show. And here's the thing, I mean, that's just a really small demonstration to show you what's possible with UBot and how you can even automate all your processes and stuff even more. And yeah, as there was more and more people coming to me and asking me how is this being accomplished, here's a little demo video that just shows you what can be done and how you can actually do all this kind of stuff. But yeah, here's the thing. If you want, and that's a free offer that I'm now going to do or going to provide, whatever. If you want that I show you in detail, like laying out the processes, how does this thing communicate with the other thing, what kind of software is involved in this whole automatic system. And yeah, if you want me to create another video like this, showing you what is working in the background and why it's working, and maybe even giving you the UBot functions that you need in order to make this work, then yeah, just opt in to the form or to the list, write in the comments in here somewhere, and let me know that you're interested. Because if there's enough people that are interested in this, then I will definitely create this video. If there's not enough people, then I say, okay, maybe I just give you my contact details, my Skype, whatever, and you can contact me at any time, because then it may be easier to just talk with you about it quickly. However, if there's a lot of people requesting this, then I will just create this video for you guys. And yeah, let's even get UBot and all this stuff rocking even more. Let's fill the gap to complete automation. And yeah, see you later. Bye.